What's up, Fire Nation? It's your boy Rico, along with my little big cousin G-Baby and our boy Raul, the Zookeeper, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, the hottest podcast on either side of the Mississippi. Episode 19, baby.
19.
How we doing, fellas? Wellness check?
Doing good.
Zoo, talk to me.
I am here, so it's good.
He made it in. I think we got a fun episode. It's a lot of
a lot of shenanigans.
A lot of shenanigans. Nothing too
them.
serious for y'all.
But we're going to start off, per usual, with the question of the day. And, fellas,
You saw that per usual.
This is coming off of Twitter, so shout out to Twitter. Somebody said, what is the best sequel of all time? And they was like, why is it Rush Hour 2?
Godfather 2. That's easy.
Godfather 2 is your best sequel of all time.
Yeah, it's probably one of the
I'm
greatest
going with
movies of all
Shrek
time.
2.
Shrek
That's
2.
up there.
I think Rush Hour 2 is like
Rush Hour 2
good.
is classic.
Rush Hour 2, to me.
Hey, disclaimer to him.
I think Rush Hour 1 is better than 2.
Really?
Me personally.
Really?
Yeah, because it follows the sequel. Because 2 follows the sequel trend, where you get the one where it's like, we don't have no time for the shenanigans, no bullshit. We might throw some little one-liners here and there, but we're making an action movie. This is a buddy cop movie. Then you get Lethal Weapon 1. You get Bad Boys 1.
Yeah.
Then, we made so much success off this.
Let's
comes part 2.
Let's act up.
And let's start clowning a little bit. Martin was serious in hell in the first Bad Boys.
True.
It was a couple... Oh, Martin, why you cheating on my wife? And it was a couple of them, but it wasn't Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys
mother-
2 was fun.
Rush Hour 2, it was like, all right, y'all was going a little bit out the way. It's still a great movie to go for some jokes.
I think Rush Hour 2, in my opinion, had like the best balance.
It was the best balance.
Yeah, I think that was the best balanced one.
It was because not every sequel falls into that, though. Like, Back to the Future 2 is better than 1.
Okay.
For me, John Wick 1 is better than 2 and 3. It's the better story.
Well, yes. And
that's what your John Wick is. The story. No matter how many times you flip and, he killed somebody with some Funyuns, no matter how many times you did that, you're losing the aspect. Like, the first time, it was like, okay, he's untouchable.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody. And then the second time, it's like, now we get to see him work.
Yeah.
Like, before, he was just trying to, like, personal.
Yeah.
Now, this business, and we see how business is done, he's still the baddest nigga out there.
Yeah.
Then you get to 3, and it's like, we got to show you again why he's the baddest nigga out here.
I think 3 did a better job of showing the whole underworld of what it's like to be an assassin.
He was just getting chased by everybody.
I'm saying, I think that was pretty dope.
It was the Warriors with more fights.
Literally, it's like you wake
one
up.
person.
You wake up everywhere you turn. Somebody like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Like,
And I get it, but then the whole aspect is like, damn, it takes 7 million shots to kill one person. So it's like, damn, am I just gonna have a slugfest with him in the middle of the street?
Nigga got
for
shot
an
off a
hour?
building and was like, I'm mad.
They didn't kill no civilians, and he was letting that shotgun rip.
Bro, you saw when he was fighting Common in the train station?
Just like, this nigga just stabbed in the heart. Maybe he'll be in part 3. No, I doubt he's gonna be in part 3.
I think he's gonna be in part 4. I think Common's gonna be in 4.
And then we got to see again how badass and unstoppable this nigga is until his dog bites his ventricle vein. Like,
Of all the ways to go
of
out.
all the ways to go. Yeah. But no, me personally, I'm an old head. I like The Godfather 2. As one of the better sequels, but Shrek 2 is Shrek 2 is rare
movie.
because Shrek 1 and 2 is probably the best back to back ever, because they had the Shrek 2 video game was ridiculous.
Yes.
That could have won a Grammy and an Oscar for storytelling. That shit was fantastic.
Like, bro, think about just the sound, like all the songs on Shrek 1.
Yeah.
And then they was like, we're not done. We have another movie.
They upped up songs, Shrek 2.
You was getting Eddie Murphy towing the line.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you was getting that. You was getting the best out of Mike Myers since Austin Powers.
Yes.
And those are still
Diaz
good
was
movies.
doing their thing.
Everybody was getting down in that movie.
Yeah.
The everybody got down. That's a great movie.
You know what though? The only
It even draws tears.
For sure.
Everything, bro. That movie is good. It's a
movie.
great movie.
And the funny thing is, I heard they made it because the guy who wrote the movie was trying to get back at Disney because he got fired at Disney.
Really?
That's why they were making fun of like Disney
all the little
characters all the time,
Bro,
and all that.
Every line in that movie is damn near quotable, and it's very well written that you have to think about jokes. It's not a kid's. It's like a kid's movie on the surface, but when you watch it, you be like, damn. Like,
that's grown folks definitely go back and watch that movie.
That's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
The only other sequel that I think, and it's probably not to those tiers, but I really liked Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That was probably
Winter Soldier was good.
That was probably the best sequel in Marvel, I think. I don't think no other Marvel movie had
that's fair.
because Iron Man had a terrible trilogy in my opinion.
Yeah, it was terrible.
3 was okay because 2 sucked. 3 was okay. 3 was all right.
After you lose Terrence Howard, how do you make that up?
I'm Iron Man. Man.
Next time,
Oh,
baby.
but
No, Terrence.
Spider-Man 2 didn't hold up. Thor 2 damn sure didn't hold up.
He redeemed himself with 3.
I wasn't a fan of 3 like that.
I wasn't a super fan, but it was better than 2. So it kind of
I mean, Spider-Man 2 was good though.
It was
the
alright.
original version.
The original,
Yeah.
2 was,
Spider-Man
that was the best.
Dr. Octopus.
That was the best.
Is that the best superhero sequel?
That's the best Spider-Man movie ever.
2?
2.
Yeah.
Really good.
That was wild.
Spider-Verse might be the best superhero movie ever.
You think
If we're
so?
being for real,
Spider-Verse is funny.
that movie's a real.
It was good.
movie.
Spider-Verse was solid. At first, cause I had the issue where I saw it after a lot of people. So, everybody and their mama hyping it up. And I'm like, dang, this whole finna be trash.
No, I was.
Nope, it did its thing.
I've seen all the Spider-Mans within 2 days of them being released.
I was
even the sequel. I was at Amazon for which one? What was the last one that just came out? No, not Homecoming. Damn,
Far From
Far
Home.
From Home. Yeah.
My boy, shout out Stokes and Tim. They was like, yo, we got a ticket, but it's all the way out here. I'm coming from like damn near Gurney.
Damn.
It's 7:00. Hey, bro, the movie started at 9. I'm gonna be there. I ain't missing Spider-Man on opening night.
Yeah.
I'm just swerving through the trailer. I get there. Money hop the seats. Soon as I caught the first trailer.
Damn.
I promise you I did. I didn't need no drink. I was in there. Yeah. So this might be a good ass movie. I was not finna miss that movie,
I'm
bro.
upset with Spider-Verse because the shoes came out.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
gonna buy them.
Uh-huh.
They were like 180.
Yeah.
Because they're Jordan 1s, so like they're like a 160. So actually, I think they were reselling for like 200, 220.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy them, but I was like, nah, these shits will go down. Bro, I went back like a couple months later, bro. Them shits was like 500. I was mad.
Gotta get in
I
where you
was like,
fit in.
fuck.
Yeah, they don't be playing around with that.
What's another funny story about that Spider-Man thing? I don't want to go back to it. Is
ahead.
the first 2 weeks that movie was out, I seen it 5 times in theaters.
You love Spider-Man.
And I only paid for it 3 times. So the funny story, the first time it was me, my homie, and this other girl. We went to go see Toy Story 4.
Okay.
And as soon as we go in there,
Classic.
it blacks out.
Really?
The theater blacks out. So I'd never seen Toy Story 4. So the lady come out, the manager, oh, sorry, here's your free ticket. I'm like, cool, Spider-Man come out next week. I'm going to use that for that.
Uh-huh.
And my boy Stowe, he called me, hey, man, I got you a ticket. I'm cool. I got a free movie ticket. So then I do that. Then I was just like, you know what? Let me go see it again by myself. Really take it in and enjoy. It's a fan out and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that was dope. I used the free ticket. Then I get hey, man, we finna go to the movies. Oh, what y'all finna see? The Spider-Man? I'm a slide. I'm slide.
I haven't seen it.
Then it's like the next week, I'm like, damn, I really gotta check that shit out. So I watched it on the stream. I watched it on the stream, and then one of my other homeboys was, yeah, man, I gotta go see it. He was like, man, you want to slide? I was like, hell yeah, I'm finna go see it.
He started quoting the movie and
Peter
everything.
Parker.
I spent 500 hours on the game.
God. Oh, the regular one?
The PS4.
That was a good one.
Oh,
That was a great game.
Within they was like, bro, you need to stop that shit. I was running through that game like, I did one crime. I might as well finish it.
Nah, I 100% that game, yeah.
My little brother did too.
I
got my
that shit.
DLC and all of that.
That was a good ass
I
game.
topped him. My
Really?
Spider-Man is over level 100. He's at least 107.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So after the 50, I got another 50. My health bar is at 250. Come mess with Spider-Man.
You gotta shoot an RPG at him.
Don't even phase me. I could take 2 more.
But yeah, I mean, movies is so wild to me because it's like people always run into trouble when it comes to sequels because it's like, all right, well, how are you gonna live up? Especially when it's like comedies and stuff, and like action comedies specifically, because then it's like, do you go too over the top with the action, or do you try to go too over the top with the comedy? Because a lot of people don't find that balancing act, and that's what a lot of people run into.
And you know what's funny? Because Fast and the Furious, and these probably aren't funny to you guys,
Yeah.
but the Fast and the Furious, they had a solid stretch with that formula
For
for
five
5 movies.
5 movies.
Where it wasn't too much 2 was probably the funniest one.
Yeah.
Because of Tyrese. Oh, I was in Baby Boy. But pretty much it was like straightforward like this. And then after 5, of course, it blew off the hinges.
Yeah.
But yeah,
once you get the
solid
Rock
one.
in your movie, it's like now we have to be the most extreme
Yeah.
version of ourselves.
Honestly.
There's no good. There's not really good trilogies. Lord of the Rings was good.
There's no good trilogy.
Harry Potter.
Harry
good.
Potter, that's a saga though.
Yeah,
That's
it's
more than
saga.
3 movies.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
a
I
lot.
think Well, okay, I'll put it like this. Of the Marvel movies, I've seen all the Marvel movies.
The Avengers is probably one of the better ones.
Captain America got the best trilogy.
Really?
Captain America has the best trilogy.
Yeah, 2 or 3. He got 2 or 3.
He got the best. And Avengers was okay. Avengers was good. Avengers was good.
1 and 3 was straight.
Avengers 1 is my favorite, I think.
I think 3, Infinity War is probably my favorite.
Infinity War was cold. Infinity War was. Endgame wasn't a letdown, but it was like because of everything that happened with Infinity War, it wasn't as like I can't breathe up until like
they could have cut so much out of that movie.
There was a lot of dialogue that probably didn't need to be included.
It was a lot of that.
A lot of dialogue.
And a lot going back and watching it again, I was like, yeah, I probably won't watch
I haven't watched it a second time.
I just had to just be like, does it still hold up? And I'm like, it still invokes the emotions, but I probably won't watch it again for
a very long time.
It's a very long movie.
I only go back to watch. I just go to YouTube to watch the final battle.
Right.
Because like after that, I'm really like, okay, like, I can go back and watch Infinity
I'm like, it's
War.
only a certain build up that I'm like, okay, I'm ready for
Civil
this
War
shit
was
to
good,
start.
but that's a Captain America one.
Yeah,
though,
but
right?
it feel like an Avengers.
That should have been an Avengers.
It was basically. I told my dad, like, I think they hold Captain America out of a true trilogy because you basically gave him Avengers 2.5.
I think Civil War might be a little bit better to me over America versus Winter Soldier.
Really?
But it's up there. Winter Soldier's 2. But I kind of like Civil War. You know, Spider-Man was in there. If you didn't know, I'm a fan of Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro, that's my dude.
You didn't tell me about that.
Let me tell you about this.
And Black Panther popped up in that.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. That was
a good movie.
Yeah,
that was
really
a good
dope.
movie.
Really dope.
It was a lot that could have got cut out of that too. A lot of talking out of Civil War, but it was still a lot of.
Because they had to build up the stakes type of deal. So it's like, okay, let me ask this question before we get into any.
Sorry for the superhero talk.
I mean, whatever. When we get into when it's like action or superhero movies, what's the level of talking that y'all want before it's like, all right, blow something up? Like, what are y'all doing? Because it's like you got to set up the movie. You can't just be beat them up the whole movie.
I'm more of a story-based guy.
You are. I will give you that.
So if there's a good story, I don't mind that it's the majority of it talking.
I'm all for let's get right into it. If you don't know what you're getting into, like, don't. Like, I don't need to see Uncle Ben die again.
Yeah.
I don't need to see Tony Stark get blown up again. I don't need to see Bruce and Martha get killed again. I don't need to see that. If you go into that movie theater of all ages and you watch a Batman movie, you should know enough to know who Batman fights, who he is, and what he's been through. We don't need to waste 90 minutes of a movie explaining his training. Like, the nigga can fight.
You're going to be highly upset.
Like, he can fight.
You're going to be highly upset in 30 years when they revamp it with somebody who's 5 years old right now.
That movie's going to be probably 8 hours. And I'm going to be like, where does he start being Batman? Oh, 30 minutes in the end of the movie? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You should introduce the character. Let me know the overarching, like, okay, this is the bad guy. Let me know later in Act 2 how serious this threat is. And then let me deal with it.
Okay.
I don't need what's her perspective? How does she feel about this? And how does he feel? And Batman is like, no, give me, okay, this is Bruce Wayne. All right, he probably has to deal with the Joker. I can just beat him up. Okay, this nigga's blowing up hospitals. Like, I gotta deal
with babies inside.
I have to. There was no children on that bus, so that whole hospital. Sorry, but you see what I'm saying? Then it's like, solve that. I don't need to see what Morgan Freeman's doing. I don't need to see what Alfred's doing. Talk to me while I'm.
You don't want to see what God doing?
Talk to me while I'm kicking ass. That's all you need to do.
I feel that. I respect that. Zoo, when it comes to, like, because I know, like you said, you are more of a storyteller, like, savant when it comes to movies and stuff like that. But, like, what's your balance, or what's too much when it comes to either superhero movies or just action movies in general? Because I know you're more into the emotional rank of movies.
I'll go
The Diary.
I'll go
The Notebook.
That's what I meant to say.
65, 35.
65, 35 talking?
Talking at least 35.
Okay. I'm about to say, you just want a random explosion. I love you. I just want you to know.
But then it depends, too, on what you classify. And, like, if it's a superhero movie, obviously it's going to be more action.
Yeah.
Most part.
Yeah.
But if it's watching, like, a drama, like, the most action might be an argument.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But that's still action. You got to look at the movie in the script.
Because, like you said, with the Fast and Furious. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, finish.
But with, like, the Fast and Furious, at least the first...
Four or five,
there was a lot of storytelling. So I actually cared about the characters. Now it's just a meme, the whole family thing.
I just want to see y'all drive up a building now.
Dom, you're the only one that can.
Of all the people.
Let me find a South African city and a South American city where half the gang just happens to be at. Hey, I know I said it was the last time, but this is the definite last time. You know who you need to talk to, Vin Diesel? Get Will Smith ass in there with his, I'm tired, Will. I don't want to be 70 and a police officer. You got shot. Like, I don't want to do this. One last time, Martin. I know you don't want to be funny no more. I know. One last time. Martin was literally, fuck you, Will. That whole movie. That's how he was. I shouldn't be here.
The whole movie. He was like, I nursed you back from health. You want to go back out there?
Yeah.
Martin must have saw it. He was like, no, he needs some cash. Something's about to happen.
Bro, he saw it.
He saw the
He saw Jada. He saw Jada. She was a little too friendly at
he's
that
like,
movie.
Will, I'm done. I am done with movies, okay? Leave me alone.
She was looking a little too set it offish at that premiere. He was, I don't know. She up to something.
I got you, bro. Don't worry about it.
Bad boys for life.
No.
Bad boys for life. What else do we got, man?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
we could
hilarious.
talk about DaBaby. I don't know why I say his name like that.
DaBaby.
DaBaby.
Okay, so for those who haven't seen, DaBaby recently went viral because he records himself
tried
doing
to
everything.
give
A regular old,
But go ahead.
Mother Teresa, if you will.
Yeah, so it was some kids, you know how you in the city, kids on the side of the road selling candy or whatnot. He pulled up, came out with his rack and was like, all right, what y'all selling? We got Skittles, we got some fruit snack or whatever. All right, how much y'all selling it for? They saw DaBaby. They saw the chains. They saw the money. They saw the watch and was like, $200 for the whole box. He was like, what you mean $200 for the whole box? Like, who do y'all think? It basically started dogging him out, started giving him a life lesson. Like, that's not how you do people.
Turns
He's like,
into Terry Crews real quick.
Basically, he was like, I was going to, drop the whole thing, but y'all want to sit there and finagle me, so I'm going to buy one. I'm going to buy one.
Yeah.
Gave him like $4. And then people were up in arms on the
He
internet.
bought him $1 because Shorty was like,
Yeah.
he was like, it was $4. He was like, no, it's $1 a piece. So he's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, and so people was all up in arms over him, like doing that. Oh, well, you could have bought the whole thing for $200. In my opinion, and this isn't just me being cheap. This is me as a person. I get that they kids, but that's a life lesson. You don't do that to people.
Yeah.
You don't sit there and you don't try to finagle people.
Because what do they learn from that?
Nothing.
Oh, man, DaBaby fooled us out, but he still gave us $500 a piece. No. Like, you got to realize that if you run up on a wealthy Garrick in the future and I'm selling candy, and you try to finesse, you're not getting shit now.
That's why
he was nice enough for two.
I said the same thing. I'm like,
because like we said earlier in the episode, and I don't want to keep interrupting y'all, but it's like with the Kylie thing, like she don't owe you nothing, but out the kindness of your heart, you should.
Yeah.
So like, even if Shorty would have been like $100 for the box, okay, 2 times whatever, 64, I'll give you the 100 for the box.
Yeah.
Or I might even give you 300 for the box just because you tried to keep it a buck with me, tried to make a couple dollars on the side.
Yeah.
But you I want 400 for what?
Yeah.
I ain't paid $400 on candy my whole damn life.
They ain't even Kit Kat bars.
Yeah,
It's not even the good candy.
Yeah.
You got Gushers and Skittles, the small packs of Skittles.
Now, what I will give certain people credit for, they were saying like the way he went about it, he could have been better.
Classic.
Okay, cool. I'll give y'all that. Maybe he didn't have to like come at them like that and laugh at them. But at the same time, you don't want to develop. Oh well, if you see somebody rich and wealthy, just upcharge to the ceiling. You don't do people like that.
It turned into when like you're about to do something, I'm about to take out the trash.
Yeah.
Because I know I gotta take. And then
Hey
your
Raul,
parents-
go take out the trash.
I already
please.
got the trash in my hand. They're like, hey, can you take out the trash? It's like I don't want to do it no more. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
fuck you.
That's how I
was gonna
looked
give
at
you
it.
I
$300.
mean, I didn't look at him laugh because he was teaching them game.
Yeah.
And then when that door closed, then it was laughs. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, that situation's over.
Yeah.
I ain't laughing in these kids' face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I respect y'all hustle, and I gave y'all $1 million worth of game worth $9.99. That's what I gave y'all. But I'm not laughing at joke, man. Fuck them kids in the bus. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But it didn't seem clout chasey.
Yeah.
It's just like dude holding the camera was, oh, man, he teaching them some game.
Yeah.
And then once that game lesson was over, the jokes continued.
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
I'll give you that because that's how I felt.
You can't judge me for making a joke in my crib.
No, for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
sure.
Or in my car. Like, come on, it's my car. You know, if I'm gonna be safe anywhere, it should be in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
From my
and your
own work.
property,
You see what I'm saying?
The only thing I saw with it was like he already had the camera out, like as in like
That's
he was
the
gonna
thing.
point.
It was gonna be a generous. You
But then
know
it
how
flipped.
we are
I
about that.
know.
That's the
I'm not
only
you. I can
thing.
see in reality.
I
I know
reality,
what it
first of all,
looked.
don't do that.
I know what I looked at it, what it seemed, but then he flipped the script.
Yeah.
So now you can't really hate on it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I give you that. So don't try to jit people. Folks not stupid.
Stop finessing
Like y'all
folks.
think he been rich his whole life, so it's just no. Now what I will say, the how having the whole rack just sitting there,
It's stupid.
it's a little stupid and it could be tempting for somebody. But because if somebody
I
tried to
don't
tell
know
me,
why they tried to rob me with $45,000 in my left
hand.
pants.
So because somebody tried to tell me, he was like, bro, like he had the money. You only supposed to do it. But it's like, yes, I got the money. Don't mean that you're supposed to try to finesse me out of the money that I got just because you know I got it.
Yeah.
That's a terrible business tactic.
I mean, if he wanted to go about it the right way, he's supposed to like get him the $2, cut the camera off, and then slide them the money.
If you want to go about it
If
like
you had
that.
to go it that way these kids is still like, okay, we got the lesson.
Yeah.
He really faked us out.
Nah, because
Yeah.
then these kids is gonna go on social media and be like, nah, we still got that.
Well, who the
money.
hell's fighting? What's them two kids' IGs names?
I don't
You're
know.
right.
They
Good
would have
see what
found
I'm
them.
saying?
Good point.
Probably.
They're probably gonna find their go because I saw a bunch of people like, oh, start a GoFundMe for them, and like,
Oh,
for
man.
what? Because they got
Oh, man.
finesse.
Social media don't play around with stuff like that. Speaking of which, Miss Lindsey Shaw, or
Oh.
Shaw, however her name is.
Ned's declassified racist survival guide.
All right, so for those who don't know,
Let's get it.
okay, so for those who don't know what we're talking about, Mose from Ned's Declassified, she's been going viral on TikTok.
Mosby.
There was a there was a viral dance that went viral on TikTok. Just something simple, just black folks having fun being
Black folks.
And so she stitched and it was like, "Hey guys, is everything okay? Like, is this what we're doing now?" Basically, she sounded, in my opinion, it was a very like, "Oh, you just like old and out of touch." That's how I took it initially.
Because she even mimicked the dance.
Yeah.
So
So
it was like,
what started happening? Now this is I want to bring this up fresh. What started happening? Some of her white Caucasoidal friends also started mocking the dance, and she was under their stuff commenting like, "Yeah, that's right." So now it looks racist. It didn't look racist before. It looked like you was just old and out of touch. But when all of your white friends got something to say about it, now it's a problem.
Yeah.
So what started happening? People started bashing her, calling her racist, and calling for her cancellation. She got on Instagram crying, so white woman tears, trying to.
Oh, yeah. I was dying at that video.
So she was like, "Okay, that is enough. I am not racist. I'm getting off of social media." And so they asked Ned what he thought about it, and then he kind of danced around.
Ned
Oh,
BB.
this was kind of like this was taken out of context, this, that, and the third. So they was like, "Well, trying to cape for your white homie."
Yeah, she was-
Then everybody was waiting on Mr. Cookie.
I don't know why.
Oh, he made a video?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
did
see
he?
that.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Not only did he make a video, he commented under Ned's video saying, "Yeah, it's just the lenses and everything. People trying to put her in this box that she's racist." So now he looked like a coon.
Oh, Cookie,
Damn.
Cookie gave to the aid. Shout out to Cookie, bro.
Shout
You're
out
a real
Cookie.
one.
Now before
Damn.
I want to know you guys' opinion on this before I like. That's the summary.
didn't
I
know
didn't give
that.
my opinion. That's the summary. What is your opinion on that, Mr. Zoo?
So I only saw the initial video of her doing the little dance, making fun of it, and then I found it funny because I was like, "Oh yeah, she's old because she's probably older than us."
She's like in her 30s.
In her
Yeah, he's
mid-30s
30.
probably.
So that's around the age. Like I listen to some like the newer music, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I listen to Coil Ray, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I listen to all the double XL ciphers, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
She got a
so,
bop.
So
though.
I did the same thing.
No, she don't. You know.
There
She don't.
no more parties.
Okay.
That's just a bop.
Anyway, continue.
So I'm starting to fall into the same boat. Even though when I was 16, I was like, I'll never be this way. But now I am this way.
You find yourself comparing it to.
How's it
to
feel to be me?
Thanks. So I found it the same, and then I went to the comments. And I was like, "Whoa, I must have missed something." I rewatched
Yeah,
that video like
yeah,
a couple times.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why are people pressed?" And I was like, "Oh, it's probably just, it's TikTok.
Yeah.
People are just gonna make a situation out of nothing. They're bored today."
I think that's initially what he started out as.
Like Lil Duval says, "What do we fake care about today?"
Yeah.
Like he literally tweets that every day, and people under his comments are like, "Oh, we fake care about this today." so I thought it was one of those situations.
G
but,
baby, talk to me.
I don't know because I don't want to sound bogus, but she wasn't like really important enough or relevant. I wouldn't say important because everybody's important.
Relevant to.
She wasn't really relevant to the now times
Yeah.
for this to blow up the way it did.
Yeah.
It's just
I think
your friends did
She's
you
in a different
dirty.
show now.
It's one of those things
Or
where
even-
like we have grown up with her, and now we're able to kind of
But
reach
did we
out.
though?
Yeah, I watched
I mean, no,
Nancy Classified.
I love Nancy Classified. This don't hurt that at all.
Yeah, no.
But no,
I would watch that if that.
But
came on.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, when was the last time you seen
Everyone
her?
started
No,
saying,
what I'm saying is, so like when people, so think about like when celebrities that we grew up watching make their way to social media, you try to find some sense of nostalgia with that. When they may do skits in like their old
because
costumes
that's how
and stuff like that.
Ned blew up because he started doing little adult survival
Yeah, so
guides.
yeah.
you see stuff like that, and
Right.
then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you are a human being with actual thoughts, and we don't like the way your thoughts are thinking right now.
But see, that's what I said. But that's what I'm saying. Because with her, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh shit, that's Mose." That was the first thing. And then when I
Yes.
see it, it's like, "Damn, that shouldn't have
exactly.
got that. It shouldn't have been that because she had been low key for so
Especially
long."
because low key, at least from what I remember from Leslie Class 5, I haven't watched it in a while. but Mose was like that tomboy girl.
Yeah.
So she was breaking off like social norms, you
Yeah.
could say, at a young age. So a lot of people probably related to her in that aspect.
Yeah.
To where she wasn't the girly girl.
Yeah, but she
And
was
so-
the main girl.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So now, and she was like the tall girl, like she was taller than that, and like,
Athlete
and
all
like, she was
that,
like,
yeah.
so it was one of those things. So you still expect her to be that way, and now like people are digging up, like, oh, she follows Candace Owens on Instagram.
Oh, she was a Trump supporter,
and all
and
these
yeah,
shenanigans,
it don't
and now
take much.
it's
It
over.
do,
I mean,
you gotta watch white people.
Yeah.
Watch what y'all. What do y'all?
And
Y'all
I'm not defending a white person.
No, I'm not.
I'm not.
But
at
y'all
all.
not untouchable. Y'all need to understand that.
Y'all getting touched now.
All it
Pause.
takes is somebody to be able to find some type of information about y'all, even if y'all not famous. Oh, don't you work at 23 Lane Way as a receptionist for this doctor? I wonder how he would think. Send email.
It's crazy because like they used to scare us with that back in like high school. Like,
What?
oh, we gonna as a school, we gonna look at your Facebook and your Instagram, and you be like, now you, if you want to,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have no kids in that school.
Nope.
All the shit that's going on, and it's just I'm not gonna get into that. But going back to the Moles shit, it's just like if this had gone viral another way, we'd have been looking at a damn reunion.
Yeah,
the way they
if
up
she-
in
if she
iCarly.
would have done the dance.
You see what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
she'd have done it the right way,
If she would have done the dance with Cookie and them.
and
Even if
man,
she
bro,
would've-
we'd have been 2 seasons deep into the Survival Guide.
Even if she would have acted like a white woman trying to understand the dance, not
Oh, yeah.
hey, is everybody okay? What is going? Is this what we're?
She
So
is
now
such-
you start sounding bitter.
Have you been surviving since grammar school? You haven't. You haven't. Ain't nobody survived since Declassified.
Nope.
Nobody.
Yeah.
We need that adult survival guide. I'm not even making it without that guy.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I need Ned.
Ned, where
What
are
should
you?
I wear on the first day of work? I don't know. I don't know.
Do I put it out the night before? Do I iron it that morning?
How
What do I
long
do?
is too long for a haircut? What is it, Ned? I don't know. Speaking about haircuts,
Go ahead.
my man Usher, Juice 2.
Usher Raymond. Usher Raymond with the double juice. The double
juice fade.
What did y'all think of that look?
That was a wild look.
That's gonna be
Like
a
a
weird
staircase.
filmed movie because he's gonna have it's like asymmetrical where every angle you look at you'll see a box. So so even if from behind you gonna see the perfect
Hey,
box.
this man put an optical illusion on his head.
You stare at it too long, you'll steal your
Like,
soul.
oh God, wait a minute.
He
Or he'll
can't-
tell you music sucks.
No,
That's
some-
what
I like the
happened.
confidence though. He captioned it. I know what I want.
He wants T-Pain
Well,
to
it's
stop
T-Pain
moving.
dead.
It's one of those things where
Erased
it's-
from the annals of history.
I mean, I guess it's like he young enough, I guess, to still try.
Is he though?
Is he 40 yet?
He might be 40. He might be closer to that 50 than we think.
Really?
I don't know.
Wait a minute
Usher.
now. I may be wrong.
I mean, he's been out since the 90s.
He about the same age as Brandy, though. I don't think Brandy's 40 yet.
Randy's 4. Randy's
Randy's
40.
old.
Is Brandy 40? Okay, let me just look
Randy's
up.
40. Why we do this?
Because Ray J is probably about 35, so you might have a point.
Randy might, Randy might be a little bit older than that.
I think Ray J's. If I had to guess, I would say 45.
Comment on how old Ray J is on under the Friendly Fire post. Actually live right now. Go
Usher.
ahead.
Ooh, Usher's 42.
Oh, so okay, I was
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
I put some years on him.
Yeah.
We did.
Now I'm curious about Brandy. How old is Brandy now?
Let's pull up the R&B
Brandy
track.
is just all the R&B.
Are we doing a versus?
Brandy's 42.
Oh, see, I told you.
Wow.
Yeah, because like her and Kobe was like the same age. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, so is Usher too old for that cut?
He's 42.
Usher don't do crack. So he
Midlife
don't look
crisis.
old. So
Midlife crisis.
Midlife
It's
crisis.
a midlife crisis.
Ever since that T-Pain thing.
T-Pain set his ass up 3 years early. T-Pain hopped on there with the auto-tune voice. It's not my fault.
Oh man.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it wasn't a terrible look. It was just it was questionable. Like
It's
I
weird
said-
how you get your hair to grow that way. I like low key. I was hating because I was like, how does that work? Because you essentially got 2 haircuts.
I mean, he's been having like the perfect hair look since the,
but no,
the
like
90s.
it's 2 full haircuts. It's
Yeah.
like you don't like. It's like an afro. And
Yeah.
then if you had braids on, no, like a full afro, picture it, a full head of afro, and then you had braids on top of that afro, like going down the back, like that's 2 haircuts. How does your shit grow like that? So essentially, in Usher's viewers, imagine it's a box. Imagine Tupac and Juice.
Yes, that's
All
essentially
right,
what it is.
now go up like
3
obtuse angle, make an obtuse and put another full box on top of that. That's what Usher got.
He got the double-decker juice.
He got a double-decker Juice too.
Yeah. He's trying to let us know something.
Sequel.
It's the sequel.
He's in the casting
Is it
for
going to
it.
be better than part 1? Did Tupac survive the fall?
Bishop never died during the fall. He just limped off.
Is Raheem still alive? Nobody. Oh, they saw him at the funeral. Did we? We didn't see no casket. Did he fake his own? Oh man, it goes Machiavellian at this point.
All we saw was the repass.
That's all we saw. That movie should have been called Steel, but that's for another day.
Why should it have been called? No,
because
it's about today.
He's technically the main character of that movie, if you think about it. And I wrote a thesis on this
Steel
in high
is
school.
not the main character in that movie.
He's the victim. All his friends slowly pass and turn on him, and he's the last one left. Essentially,
no,
all his friends.
The chubby dude survived.
I'm not saying it is, but if you think about it,
I guess yeah.
If you think about it, like he's the piece.
Yes.
Like Raheem got killed. Q killed Bishop. So you like the last one left. Like you know what I'm saying.
True.
Your friends killed each other. You the last one.
So he has the juice now.
So it should be called Steel. And shout out Fat Beach. That was a good movie. Netflix with Fat Beach on.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Netflix put Juice on there for like a month.
I watched it.
That's all you get.
Yeah, I watched it too. I was like, dang.
You get a solid month.
And I was so pissed because some dead ass serious shit happened. But like the day before I had bought the 20th anniversary of Juice on Blu-ray, I was happy as hell. I watched it. And then the next day some tragic shit happened. And I'm glad we made it through the tragic shit. But I think about it, I was like, damn, I wish I still had that Blu-ray too. I paid like $40 for that thing.
Damn.
I was mad as hell. I mean, I wasn't mad because of the circumstance, but I joke around about it. I was like, man, I'm a damn Blu-ray too. I just bought that shit.
It's funny though, cause like I think around 2015, a bunch of like blackety black movies made their way to Netflix, and they just got like buried under everything else. Yeah. Juice was on there. I think Two Can Play at That Game was on there.
It was like
there was a couple Jamie Foxx movies.
It was
that's when they threw on Menace Society.
Menace Society. Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Peyton Phil was there for a bit.
I think Don't Be a Menace was on there too.
They had 3 strikes on there for like 20 minutes. They was like, oh no, that was too far. That was too much.
They just put them off.
That's too black.
They're like, just Black History Month.
Yeah.
Take them off after 29.
And then when people started calling them out, they was like, okay, Black Panther.
They let me know. They let me know on the day before Juneteenth. Hey, we got all 3 Fridays coming to Netflix, and they was off of Netflix on the 21st. I was like, damn.
Get it while it's hot.
Juneteenth special.
Oh man, that's so funny how like networks do black people. Like we stupid. Even I've seen even with Latin Hispanic heritage stuff, they'll do one, and you'll watch it, and it's just like, oh, these people just happen to be Latino. Yeah. There's nothing really like Latino about it. Right. They may speak Spanish once or twice, but it's like, this is just a movie with Latinos.
With Latinos in it. Or they'll put like Stand and Deliver. That's their go-to. That's our Friday.
That's our Friday?
That's our Menace to Society, Stand and Deliver.
Bro, they had a movie called Puerto Ricans in Paris.
Or sometimes, oh damn.
Really?
I've seen it twice. Once on purpose. Two, it was just in the background, and I wasn't trying to be a part of it. It wasn't good at all.
Or when they just try to knock two birds with one stone, they just put Freedom Riders. There's Latinos, blacks, and Asians in one movie.
Shout out Hillary Swank.
Throw the shit out there.
Go. Freedom Riders.
Freedom Riders. Oh my God.
What? This is Tupac. You guys ain't never heard Tupac before? Kind of black. You should turn in your black card. That was her the whole damn movie. But shout out Hillary Banks. She made one of the saddest, most depressing movies of all time. That $1 Million Baby. Yeah. I seen that shit as a shorty, and this is an excellent transition. I'm on it today. That movie was sad as hell. I'll only ever watch that movie once. Yeah. I'll never, but
they got dark really quick.
Yeah. Really, really quick. But how would you? I saw that at a young age. Would you let your kids watch that movie at a young age?
At a young age, probably not. That's one of them things where it's like, every household is different. Because, I mean, my cousins was watching, like, they was quoting Friday at, like, 7.
Same.
So it's one of those things where it's just, like, to each his own, as long as I think you recognize the difference between real life and...
That's the biggest thing.
Because then it's like when your kid go to school cussing out his or her friends with,
which I did.
Exactly. But it's like when they get called, you get a call, you at work. Oh yeah, Junior was at school cursing out his friends at recess with quotes from Menace to Society. Do you understand? I don't completely understand what's going on. Oh yeah, that's my bad. I had the baby watching it at 3. Like, come on, like that's one of them things where it's like you got to be careful. It's like you got to let that kid know to stay in the kid's place when it comes to stuff like that. Cause like you brought up with the kid with the Michael Myers mask and everything. It's like, is that too far? But I know people like y'all even said it. Y'all watched horror movies at Shorty's.
I was traumatized. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That shit.
See, I couldn't.
I was traumatized.
I couldn't do that to my kids. I couldn't do that. Me personally.
Especially at the end when it was like based on a true story. I was like, oh, this motherfucker's still out here. I don't even live near Texas.
I still don't do that. I still don't do the horror like that. I'll check them out off the strength of my homeboys here. You know, Ghost finna get me.
Yeah.
You know, type shit.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't like Freddy vs. Jason was my first. I was traumatized.
Yeah, I watched Freddy vs. Jason.
That one, and then the first Saw. I made it through that whole damn movie, and when dude started cutting his foot off, I was like, "This ain't for me no more."
I don't know. My family's like super horror oriented. Like even my little sister, my little cousins, the youngest one's 9, and we just watched the Conjuring series because the new one was coming out right before the new one came out. We were like, all right, let's watch it together. We watched it.
I noticed a lot of my Latino homies love horror. Like
I'm
I'm talking about
that's
at
their
Shorty's.
shit.
I
That's
went
their
over my
shit.
homegirls.
bag.
I was hanging out with my homegirl one day, like a couple years ago, and her brother and his baby mama was sitting there with their baby, like that was like 4, like just running around. Saw was just playing in the background. I'm sitting there like, okay, never mind. This ain't my house. Whatever y'all do.
You're covering the
I'm
child's
like,
eyes.
give me the baby. Just too much.
Well, it would be like at my crib, and it was a great home, but it was like everybody was just always. It was always fun. So it was like my pops was cussing up a storm, then my brother would cuss up a storm, and then it's like me and my sister used to go at it and be like, "Oh, I didn't mean to cuss. I didn't cuss." Now it'd be, "Man, fuck you, do this." Fuck this. It is like I would go to school because that was the only thing that fascinated me was the cursing.
Yeah.
Like my people was always like, "Hey, if you want to play the Grand Theft Auto, that shit stays in the game." That's what they always told me. So, of course, I wasn't going into school with my guns out, gangbanging and shit like that.
Trying to pick up
cutting braids into my head and shit. I wasn't doing that,
Yeah.
but it was like, the cursing and like that. But it was days where it was like, hey, what's on TV tonight? Predator? Let's watch it as a family. And we would sit there and watch it. Or, oh, here's Scarface. And we would sit there and watch. My brother came to the crib the first time I ever seen Goodfellas and Casino. He bought them on DVD. He was like, "We finna watch them."
How old was
I was maybe about 10, 11.
I think that's about the age I would like let my
But
kids
I had
start watching stuff like that.
I was going to kindergarten. I had for one Christmas, it was the greatest Christmas of all time. We got a TV, we got a boombox,
boombox,
a CD player, and a Game Boy Color.
Oh,
And we got a bunch of shit. It was a great Christmas. And my brother burnt me a CD. This was like kindergarten, 5 or 6. It had Bone Thugs and Harmony on there. It had NWA. That's what I was listening to back then.
Yeah.
In my shit. So when people would be like, "Oh, what are you listening to?" Bitches ain't shit. But, that's what was like, bro. I would get like that was some like for real shit. That was just like in the. I would come home and go to my brother's room, and he would just throw on a CD. Cameron or somebody, and I would just be in there watching him play the game, listening. So we'd be playing a Spider-Man together, listening to Snoop. Dre, all that. So I was like, I grew up fast. So this is how
that's how
a trip into my mind.
Because we live with my it was an apartment complex, and upstairs my uncle lived, but my uncle's only like 5 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
So he was listening to
Shorty,
heavy
come on,
rap. Yeah, he was listening to heavy rap. That's when I would like sit next to him while he was like on MySpace and like doing his music and shit. And like that's how I grew up. And like me and him would watch. We were like heavy into wrestling, and I did get in trouble once at school for telling someone to suck it. And I didn't know what the fuck. I was like 6, 7. I told someone like suck it. I did the motion that they would do.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
That shit got me in trouble.
So many people got in trouble with that.
But my parents never hindered, like told me not to do anything. They were just like, all right, whatever. And it wasn't even like because they knew like they know when cuss words are in English, it doesn't matter. But they were just like, as long as you're not like out here being a hooligan, you're good.
I think that's kind of where I would, cause like y'all know, I don't want to say sheltered, cause by the time I was like 14, I was kind of able to do my own thing. But up until 14, it was a lot of stuff that I just didn't know about. Like I remember like watching like Rush Hour and laughing at the jokes as a short. My dad was like, "Hey, you don't repeat none of that." And then this is Rush Hour, so you can imagine. I didn't watch Friday on my own till I was like 18. Like it was
that was like an everyday thing.
I know.
At the crib.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was a late bloomer to a lot of that stuff. So it's like with my kids, I don't want to have them be like just so afraid of cuss words.
You just gotta
but like I don't want them out there cussing up a storm either. Because like I didn't raise you to do that.
Like what my dad used to do, and I don't want to keep. This ain't my podcast. It's our podcast.
Yeah,
but I'm never late to the pod like some people.
I was like one time.
One too many. I ain't never been late.
Yes, man. I pulled up here like, hey, bro, you have said, all right, we're gonna start at 4.
We in the middle of that,
hey, bro,
snowstorm and earthquake. I was late, Rico.
Hey,
my
bro,
bad.
I'm outside. All right, I'm gonna be 15 minutes late. Nigga, you live here. What do you mean?
Yeah, they pick and choose.
But no, continue.
Like I was saying, like with my dad, when we were like little, my sister would he would take us to school, like kindergarten and shit. He'd be like, all right, from the drive from the house to the school, he was like, y'all can cuss, say whatever you want. It was like, no problem. And so as a kid, it was like, well, I'm nervous. I don't want to say it, so you wouldn't say anything. And then you would just out of nowhere just, damn, or like, shit, or you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't, you weren't fluid. And then it was like, as I got into high school, it would slip. It would be like, oh man, fuck this and what? And you'd be like, oh, nothing. And then like by the time I graduated high school, it was, oh motherfucker, you don't know shit. Oh man, and that's how I would talk to my dad. You know what I'm saying? And my dad would talk to me like that. He been talking to me like that my whole life.
Yeah.
So it was like, you can't be mad. Like I was like, nigga, get your ass up.
Yeah.
Like he was like, oh, I don't want to go. I'm like, man, get your ass up. Let's go. My brother talked to me like that. He talked, man. That's how everybody talked to each other.
It's so funny cause like if my thing is, if that's how y'all gonna be, then that's how it be. Y'all, like I've seen people pick and choose when it's okay. Mind you, they cuss and smoke around their kids all the time.
Right.
But the moment they call they daughter in and she cuss, whoa, you don't do that. Literally 24/7. This is all she see.
Yeah.
But the moment she repeats something, now it's an issue. Come on now.
The one I'll never say in front of my parents, well, rest in peace, Dad, is what? I would never ever say what.
That bro, you
will die if you say what.
You gonna see God that night. Like so. You told your mom what?
Because every time when you get to the what, you know they've been calling you for a minute.
Yeah.
So I used to be lost in the room and they'd be Garrett.
Then they yell.
Yeah. What? I'm sorry. Don't kill me, please.
I graduated. When I graduated from junior college, we went out to eat. And so my dad made some joke. And I'm laughing. I'm like, man, shut up. I grabbed his arm so quick. I'm like, I am sorry. I was like, my bad. I apologize.
I was forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
I said it and grabbed his arm in the same movement. I was like, shut up. Oh, my bad. I am sorry.
The standoffs, man, it was one. It had just reached a boiling point. It was over some dumb shit, too. And he was like, oh, man, fuck you. No. Fuck you. And I stood there and I'm talking about the world stopped. If you ever had a heart murmur, this is when it happened. I'm talking about it was me and him in a damn dead eye lock. It was my grandma my sister was on the couch. My mom was. I was like, shit, I'm about to die anyway. Fuck it. I walked out the room. I walked out the crib. I was on the porch. My sister come running out. I ain't hear no yelling. I was, man, fuck this. And I'm crying. I'm like, damn, I don't want to die. I love you. And then I come back in the house. Oh, what's up? Nothing. Didn't talk the rest of that day. Then the next day, it was like ain't shit happened. I stood up to her.
Spared, bro.
That was respect.
The Holy Spirit.
I didn't do it again.
That God came down and was like, all right, let's breathe. G baby, you go that way.
God was like, I'm either gonna take your life now or you gonna stare this nigga in the face. And I was, I don't want to die.
Sound like you ever died before?
You ever know what that's like to walk into the lion's den?
God,
in the pork chop suit
and didn't blink.
Didn't blink. Heart stopped. I was dead when he looked at me. When he turned away, I heated back up super quick. Y'all don't even know.
Hey, Fire Nation, let us know when it's too young, or is there an age limit? Because the biggest thing is, because life is a rated R movie, so it's like you don't want your kid to be so sheltered to the point where they
scared.
Yeah,
they can't survive.
They
you got to know your way.
Or they judgmental. It's like nobody wants to be around a judgmental person. So like that was one thing that luckily through basketball and through just my parents both having to work, so I was out a lot more. I got out of that judgmental phase way earlier than I probably would have if my mom was always home or something like that. Because it's like, oh, this is real life. Life isn't all, church songs and clean versions. It's not. It's not. And you can't always raise your kid to be, you got to make them realize, hey, when you go outside, it's going to be some cussing. You're going to see some things. It ain't going to be in here, but you're going to see it out as soon as you step out that door.
We have no control of the outside.
At all.
Everything that goes on in here, you ain't going to get hurt in here by my standards.
Yeah.
But when you walk out, you need to be prepared for that.
And folks wonder why their kid changes so much when high school hits. They see you way less than they see their friends now. Because you got to think, high school is 8 hours, probably 9 if you got to get there early.
Yeah.
If they doing sports, that's another 3 hours that they dedicating. 5 days out the week, whatever's happening on the weekend. So they really only seeing you for maybe 7 hours.
For 3 years.
The nigga gotta sleep.
Then you get a car, and you seeing them even less.
Yeah.
And you in high school, you got lunch. You seeing your homies for a whole class period, damn near. Then you know you got 2 or 3 classes with at least one of your homeboys.
One of the goofballs.
You see what I'm saying? At least somebody you gonna kick it with. So it's like, bro, I'm not. It was
influenced by
stretches
you at all.
It was like, man, I ain't talked to you in a couple weeks. Like, how you been? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My mama did. My mama called me one time. Like,
not-
I ain't seen you. Like, how are you? Like, dang, it's really been a minute since I've been here.
Not really like the not seeing, because of course you got to go home at some point, but it's like it's just how's school?
The conversation.
Like the conversation's like real. I'm gonna be up in my room doing homework.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, dinner. Hey, I was cool. Oh, it was cool. Back up. You know,
Yeah.
and then I'm sleep next day.
Yeah.
I'm with the guys.
And
That's why
like
I got all
and
the
that's like
knowledge.
depending on your like parents' schedule, because if they work like late
Yeah.
nights or early mornings, sometimes they sleep.
Especially my pops with
By the time you out.
construction. It was like a week. I didn't even see him. Like, he would leave at the crack of dawn, come back at the heart of the night, and then I'm up and going to school. And he do the same thing over and over again. So it's just one of them things where it's like, you know who your kid's going to be getting influenced by.
Yeah.
Your best bet is however many years you have them at the crib predominantly to instill the best qualities possible.
You gotta
and
make
then just
them
make sure that you reiterate every now and then.
Yeah.
You don't have to be street smart to know how to survive in the world. You could be world savvy.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a street dude. You don't have to know how the drugs and
like
shit
that.
work.
I
You
like
have to
that.
be aware of it. Like I said on the previous episode, I am no by way, shape, or form a street nigga. None of
You
that.
just know the streets.
I know the streets. I'm of the streets, as they
Yes.
say. Meaning I know what goes on the day-to-days. I know it, but I'm not involved in it. Just like in the world. You have to be able to transition between worlds. Like corporate world. I don't speak this way.
Yeah.
I'm not changing who I am, but there's a certain demeanor. You got to put on the white people voice.
I had a coach who would
You see
play
what I'm
like
saying?
the
It's-
hardest gangster music up until he driving in that parking lot. He flip it back to me, got a whole suit and tie and everything.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as he step out that car, hey, how you doing? Good evening. Is everything going great? Like,
And that's why I love music, because it transitions. Because you could be, look at me, all I talk on this podcast is all this, that, and the other. And I might be I am a humongous Billy Joel fan. I've been listening to him for a month straight. I love Billy Joel. Billy Joel, my nigga. I love Billy Joel. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The black folks ain't going, who the fuck is Billy Joel? But I hear somebody, this come on at a party. I know Piano Man. He's one of the good ones. You see what I'm saying? You see, that opens up, man. You got to be smart out here. I'm not a coon. I ain't dancing for nobody. But Elton John come on. I'm like, hey, kids, tell me. Oh, man. You got to be smart out here.
At parties like Elvis is the king of
Everybody.
rock.
Everybody.
Culture vulture, never, not Elvis.
Like, have you heard Duke Ellington? Like, that shit's amazing.
Amazing.
Johnny Cash?
Oh, hell no. That dude racist as
too
hell.
far.
That dude racist as hell. But I had a homeboy. There was a big Johnny Cash fan. Had the CD. He was a Latin dude. Ecuadorian. Shout out Lewis if he ever listens. But, yeah, man, had the posters, all the CDs, was trying to put me on game and this, that, and the other. The shorties. And then as soon as I got to high school, I was, damn, that nigga was racist as fuck. I was like, well, not my homie, but Johnny Cash. And he was like, yeah, I stopped. I grew up. I was like, I figured.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Everybody can improve.
I would hope.
What else do we got on the docket?
Oh,
by the way, what are we selling this for?
We are
46 minutes in, and ain't even included a price.
Oh, man, we selling this for $716.21.
I like it.
That's today's date, if y'all.
Yeah. That was good. That was really
a good one.
Talk to me. What else we got?
What you feel like talking about, Zoo? We got. Go ahead.
Shit on there. Let's see. We could talk about Mr. Durkio.
Oh, Durkio.
Everybody's relationship goals, apparently.
Relationship goals.
In his
Move
Atlanta...
move out of the way, Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde. We got Durk in India.
So, reportedly, 7 people tried to break into Durk's mansion in Atlanta. And him and his girl shot at these niggas. They had a shootout in the house to basically, their kids was there, so they got to protect.
Yeah.
And now everybody like, oh, this is relationship goals. If you're not willing to have a shootout with me, I don't want you. First of all,
Don't put me in that
I don't have a
situation.
shootout in the
calm
first
down.
place.
A lot of people think it may have been a hit.
It was a
because
hit.
for 7 niggas to try, like
It
you
was a
knew,
hit.
you knew where you were going.
Yeah.
I've been talking to my boy about this. They're getting very close to Durk.
Think so?
They killed Vaughn, rest in
They had
peace.
his crib, yeah.
Well, they killed Vaughn, rest in peace.
got
They
his
killed
brother.
his brother.
Yeah.
And they been got his cousin. And this is an actual hit. What are you going 7 deep to somebody's house for?
Where
if
did
it's
they
not
stay
to
at?
kill them?
Cali?
I think
He's in Atlanta.
But this guy got to move to like Wyoming.
He needs
with
to move
Kanye.
away
He needs
from
to go to Idaho or
He needs to go to
something.
Connecticut
Connecticut.
or somewhere white where no, he'll stick out.
The Hamptons.
That's fine though.
No, he needs to go to like
fly,
Utah.
You fly out when it's time to do whatever you got to do, and you fly right back.
But he don't need to be around his kids right now.
His kids?
He don't. Like,
put
niggas
him
just
in
tried
jail?
to kill you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
They
saying?
wasn't gonna ask questions. They was gonna be like, "Oh, come on, go back to bed."
Yeah. That's
They was gonna take whoever they
like,
seen.
bro, this ain't like, oh, I was out in the street with my shorties and somebody tried me.
You were asleep
like,
at the crib.
my kids sleep here.
Yeah.
Like, you could have popped into any room and just got to dumping. You didn't know which room was mine. Y'all just here looking to kill somebody.
Yeah.
You just see a lump in the bed.
You can't be here. You see a lump in the bed. Oh, that's him. Durk might have been gone. That's his kids.
Yeah.
Under the blanket. How many times you done been in your parents' bed as a shorty?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You can't be around them no more.
That,
Because they're actively looking for you. There's no hiding this shit no more.
That's crazy how like Chief Keef was like I guess the most notorious one, the one that like I don't want to say this, but like the one like if someone figured someone's gonna pass away,
It would've
was
been
gonna
him.
be Keef. And right now he's like the most safe.
That
He's like,
nigga moved to Cali and basically changed his life.
Yeah.
He take care
He's
of his
smart.
kids. He play games, and that's it.
Yeah.
See, Durk messed up because he didn't follow the route. He was like, I'm gonna do the exact same thing that Keith doing, but I'ma stay.
In
Yeah.
Chicago.
You can't do that.
And then he was like, "Oh well, now it's getting kind of dangerous." Now, but see, one thing I think it was, I want to say this was
'Cause
Von's
see,
either uncle or cousin. He was like, "Durk needs to stop calling people out in his songs."
Yeah.
He said that's what's really
That's
doing
what's
him
really
in
doing, yeah.
because it's like, how many more times are you gonna mention people's name and expect not to get touched? Like you said, a song had dropped. Or apparently, I don't know most of the beefs going on, but he dropped somebody's name apparently, and then a week later his brother is killed
Well,
in Harvey.
Yeah, well,
Like-
a week ago, it was some Atlanta rapper, some dude. I don't know. He just got killed because he dissed Durk's brother. So they're saying this is what this was for,
Retaliation.
a retaliation. But you came to the crib, like I killed your homie.
Oh,
Well, no,
they're saying,
somebody.
the dude. I'm sorry to
Go ahead.
interrupt, but the guy who killed Von just got shot.
Well, no, yeah,
They,
little Tim, he just got shot like 6
Yeah.
times in the chest. So I don't know. He needs to get up out of Atlanta, and he probably needs.
Which is crazy because Atlanta's supposed to be the safe spot. It's supposed to be like
Yeah.
the little
Hey,
haven.
but once people start
Once they
like,
know who you
going,
are, yeah.
yeah.
But everybody's down
Everybody,
there,
so
bro.
that they
Everybody's
attitudes
down
and
there.
they ways of acting move with them.
Yeah, so I mean, he definitely. I'm praying for him. I don't want to see nobody go.
Because nobody should have to have a shootout in their house with their babies there.
yeah.
Bro, that could have went any of other ways.
Like
Like with
the
them
fact
out
that-
them leaving.
The fact they was able to fend them off, like it was
Yeah.
7-on-2. Like
Yeah.
I respect that. Like
That-
yeah.
I'm never gonna say relationship goes, but I
It's not
respect.
relationship.
I respect defending your home.
I've never not disrespected Durk and what he said. Everything he's ever said, I took to heart because he looked like he would do it.
Yeah.
And so Durk stood down for his own, and he was willing to die for his own.
And shout out to
And that's-
India
and shout
for
out
all-
Shout out
with
to
him.
India for all.
Shout out for holding her man down, holding her family
what?
down.
because
It might be
that's
relationship
definitely something that she didn't sign
Nobody
up for that.
nobody wakes
Nah.
up in the morning and expects to be in a shootout. Nobody does.
Yeah.
That's why they're called raids.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So
That's
how-
fucked up though.
How do y'all think that this ends up playing out?
He's got to go. He's got to
Yeah.
go.
But
somewhere.
like,
he's got to go.
I guess
somewhere.
what's safe?
He's got to like drop all ties and say fuck my gang, fuck all this, and just dip. He got to go.
That's one of them things where
You already can't come
but
back to Chicago.
That's how a lot of people end up dying because they feel like they can't.
Take your ass to Italy
Yeah.
somewhere and just chill. Because he got like low key. I don't want to say it, but he was kind of on borrowed time for a minute
Think so?
because it was like, bro, your music career is what's it gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
and this is only feeding so many people for so long. Like, what's it gonna be before you food? Then he start popping, got the Drake shit. So now people were, oh, he's untouchable, but he's still not untouchable yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, he ain't reached the Keith stat. Like when Keith became untouchable when he did the I Don't Like with Kanye. When Kanye took his shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's when Keith was like, okay, if Kanye messed with him,
Like I'm here.
he's here.
Yeah.
Like when Drake messed with him, but Drake, look at the street cred that is.
Yeah.
Like Drake ain't gonna get you no. You got love in Canada, but you ain't
Yeah.
getting no love in Atlanta. You
No,
see what I'm
you're
saying?
right.
After you caught that gun case down there, y'all was shooting at niggas down. You not supposed to be down there anyway.
Facts.
Your boy got killed down there.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Why are you still down there?
Yeah.
You asking for it at this point.
Dang.
That's like me
Which
being.
sucks because like, on one hand is like, okay, I want to leave because I want to be safe, and on the other hand, I don't want to leave because I don't want my old like friends or my old gang or my current still gang be like, oh, he left us. You know, like how
And
people
feel
be
abandoned
like,
type of stuff.
But y'all are we keep bringing this energy upon ourselves.
That's
So
true.
so something's got to
So
go.
he's like stuck in the middle because like
Yeah.
another one. I mean, I guess he didn't blow up like Durk, but like Lil Bibby, I follow him on Instagram. He's everywhere with everybody. He's out here chilling, living.
But
his
see,
best
like
life.
he made his money, then he went to college.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of like I don't remember the last time he put out a song. Like he takes care of business. He takes care of what he's supposed to take care of.
He just signs people. Like he has Kid Leroy and obviously he had Juice.
Yeah.
And I think he just signed like some new kid. Apparently, like according to my younger friends, he's good. But
yeah, it's one of them things where like you do your best to stay out of trouble. Because Herb had to learn it too.
Yeah.
Because initially Herb like he got up out of there and went to Cali. He was like, it's time.
He went to Cali, but then he kept coming back to Chicago, and that's when he got arrested.
Yeah.
And now he's like, all right, I might have to not like hang out in Chicago.
This may not be the best move.
I mean, because like if they can get to you in your home,
that's an issue.
How much more security do you? I mean, if he doesn't have any, he probably should invest in a Ring camera or two. But I mean, like if they came at your crib,
dogs, so at least you hear the dogs barking before they come in.
So now they know where you live. Yeah. You automatically know off rip they know where your family be at.
Yeah.
You can't be there anymore. You can't.
I feel like this is why
Where's Little Durk gonna go? How many people look like Little Durk in the world?
True.
You know he walks around with 700 million pounds of gold and diamonds on his neck. He's not the hardest nigga to miss.
And now because he's got recent stuff out, he's got to do the press for it.
Yeah, he over here all over town and shit. Like, you know, you shooting music videos. Like, you're putting yourself out here. Niggas know where you at. It's not hard to follow somebody.
Do something.
Like, you have to go somewhere.
That nigga need a farm.
You need to have all them OTF niggas work the farm.
Yeah, something. I don't know. Put them to work.
Do something, shit. We don't have to do this no more.
Move to Portland or something.
Yeah, because, I mean, the last thing we trying to... Because, like, I think that's why a lot of people end up going private when they make money. Because, like, that was one of the biggest things when Pop Smoke... Like, he posted where he was at. He posted his address. And then some 15-year-old kid came in trying to rob him, ended up killing him, type of stuff. And then they just released his Posthumous album. And it's one of those things where it's like, he shouldn't even... Like, it's like when you got to get out of that life. And you got to do better. You got to be smart. But it's also like, where's your... I mean, this is obviously from the outside looking in.
No, we talked about it on another pod.
But it's also like, where is your team making sure that you stay...
safe.
Stay safe and stay out of that BS.
Getting killed. I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but you can't have a team if everybody dead.
You gotta hire them.
If everybody in foul trouble, you can't play.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
you
don't have. He doesn't have much left. I mean, I'm not saying it's a shortage of gangbangers, but
I'm talking about folks who are like
your trusted circle.
I get that, but you gotta. That's when you gotta put that money to work and start hiring people that are going to keep you.
He the manager. Like, you don't need security. I got 7 niggas with 80 rounds in a piece. I don't need security. That's the same thing Vaughn said. And he had security. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't. He's too deep into it.
Yeah.
He can't just walk away. You see it in the movies. You can't walk away.
Yeah.
I don't want him to die. I don't want him to go to jail.
With security, like I think it was Snoop, either Snoop or 50 said it, where they're like I'm paying for security, but at the end of the day, it's the security guard's life. He's gonna hesitate. So that's why he's like, I still carry a strap with me, and like in this case, obviously it was him and his girl, so they still. But like if security like hesitates, like with King Von, where everybody was just like, oh fuck, what do I do?
Now you go, So
they shot a president twice, not Kennedy. They shot Reagan.
Yeah.
And then Secret Service supposed to jump in front of bullets, I heard. How did he get hit twice? The first one, I understand. He caught everybody off guard. But the second one, I'll never understand. I'll never get why the second one hit him.
They shot the Pope.
Yeah.
When like in 2000 or whatever.
They killed the guy that turned himself in for killing Kennedy in the police station.
As he was in handcuffs.
In handcuffs, they do walk to Jack Kirby.
As he was surrounded by cops.
As he was surrounded by cops, they came and shot him. You talking about Lil Durk needs security.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I mean,
but
thoughts and prayers to him.
Thoughts and prayers. I hope he's safe.
I'm glad he's okay. But speaking on Pop Smoke, we were talking before the pod dropped about like posthumous albums and how you guys feel about that. Like, how do y'all feel about posthumous projects, especially when it's like Lucy's that they just kind of just put together?
If it's my bad.
No, go ahead.
But if it's an album like you could say Mac Miller's that was dropped afterwards, or something of that nature where he already had the album finished. Mm-hmm. Maybe I just needed to send it to a different producer to mix it a couple more times, or maybe I was just waiting on a hook to get back. Yeah. Well, I already had the idea. Fuck it, drop it, because that was already what I wanted to do. Right. This one with Pop Smoke, I did listen to. It's 20 songs. I listened to 10. But I was telling Garrick before even you got here. Rico.
Well, he got here on time.
I was telling him because I was looking at the track list. There's 5 songs without a feature. Mm-hmm. One of them's an interlude, and one of them's the intro. Where I think he's just talking.
So there's 3 songs.
So there's 3 songs with
he's
just
got
him
3
by
songs
himself.
with just him.
Every other song has at least 1 feature on it.
Incomplete.
If not 2. And then they're all produced by like it's not like he did have like a sort of set. Rico Beats performed the majority of them. Shout out Rico. But like he had Ye producing, he had Swiss Beats producing, the Neptunes produced a couple. So I mean, this was just the big. All right, let's hop into this shit.
I always feel iffy about those because it's like, especially when it's like in this situation, it sounds like it was an incomplete work that they just threw a bunch of features on there to make money off of. Now, obviously, we get it that like, money for his estate still has to be made. He probably still got to fulfill a contract or whatever. And so they do a bunch of songs. But when it sounds either sloppy or sounds like, oh, dang, this could have been crisper or something, does that tarnish his or her name?
I wouldn't
when you
say
do posthumous albums like that.
I would say it's more of it is a little, but if you look at it the bigger picture, I would give him a pass. Because I was telling him on the one with Pusha T on it, the first bar is Tyler just dropped the album of the year. Tyler's album dropped 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Unless he was talking about last year when he dropped Igor.
Unless he was talking about Igor, but I highly doubt
it.
Because Pusha T and the next line said Pop Smoke's dropping now and I'm next or something like that. So so it's weird.
It's weird with the posthumous. I'm gonna use some different examples like Biggie. Like his first album was good.
Yeah,
it was debatable. It's a good album. I'm not hating. It's a good album. Legit. I'm honestly not hating.
Continue.
Give me the loot on there.
Because people be like, it's the greatest album. It's not the great. It's a great album, but it ain't like that, you know. But anyway,
it's not Machiavelli.
Not Machiavelli at all. Perfect example. But it's because like Biggie, it was unfinished, incomplete, like you said. So you look at all these tracks where it's like, oh, you got Dead Wrong, you got Eminem on here. Like he was just getting with Dre. How you get with Big? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got More Money, More Problems. That's a great song. But Biggie verse last. You got to hear that last.
A 20-second verse.
You see what I'm saying? It's like you're mixing pieces together, and like I was saying earlier on the pod, like Machiavelli, how they did it was he dropped it and then he died or however. I'm not going into that right now. But then he came with the greatest hits. And the greatest hits was the Posthumous album, where it was the greatest hits, like 1 or 2 songs from the albums. And then there was some unreleased joints in there. So it was like, oh, so I can get Hit 'Em Up on here. I don't got to be on the tape no more. Yeah. I can get this on this and ain't on the tape. Yeah. So that was like, oh, it won I think the Grammy for it or something. Really? Or it won something big for it. Yeah. And then that's what that was. Then he started with the other ones where you can see it was his unreleased music. So even though, because you would hear it like, oh, this album was supposed to be back in 93, but we released it now because it sounded dated. Or, oh, this was like after Machiavelli, but he passed, so we didn't release it, so we'll release it. Yeah. That went on for a minute up until Pac's Life. Then when Pac's Life came out is when it was all the features. Oh, we got Justin Timberlake and everybody else. They was all fucking with Tupac super heavy back in the day. Yeah. It was like, you get that cash grab. It's a cash grab.
Yeah, for sure.
In fact, not Justin Timberlake got a song with Mike Jack.
You see what I'm saying? Like Drake did it with that Michael Jackson to push that album. Yeah. Like, bro, that's not a Michael Jackson feature.
Well, what do y'all think about when they so like in situations like that where they take a verse or a chorus and then put it on their stuff? What do y'all think about that? I don't hate it. But it's like sometimes it do seem a little like pushy, like
baity, like with Triple X Extension. When he was on Lil Wayne's, and it's just the hook, or even his posthumous album, he had that shit was unfinished to the max.
You can tell
that was literally just hooks, and they added a couple extra verses of like features.
Really? So
and like Lil Baby, we were just talking about him. He just announced a week or so ago that Juice WRLD's album is about to drop.
See, so it's like,
but see, Juice got
I don't even know how I feel about that.
But one of my homies,
he was known to be a worker though.
But like my homies got SoundCloud playlists with like 1,000 Juice WRLD songs, and it's like different tracks. Like, dude got some shit. Yeah, like, they could put an album. But when the artist passes, you miss the artist's ears.
Yeah, his
like input. Maybe I might not want this track to be track 2. Maybe it don't transition well. Maybe I want that 13. Just because I have it 1 through 13 on paper don't mean I want it 1 through 13 on paper. So when you just
maybe at the last second I want to tweak this, or I don't like this verse, I'm gonna rewrite it.
Maybe I don't want Pusha T on this.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want Kanye. Maybe this was my solo joint. Maybe I had 2 other verses that you put on 2 different songs. This was supposed to be a 3-verse song. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like once they're gone, like. If it's finished, put it out.
It's guessing at that point.
If it's editing and producing, then you can put it out. But if you have to, this is incomplete. We got to add verses. We got to add this. Like then you shouldn't have to do.
Now
it.
You got Pop Smoke and Kid Cudi singing on a song
together.
Yeah,
like that don't seem like a relationship.
Just release them as singles. Like every now and again, like, oh, it's his birthday. Here's 2 tracks.
Yeah.
Drop this. Oh, here's some 2 unreleased joints, and then you can make a compilation album.
I like that idea.
You see that, but don't drop. Oh, this song. He did this song with Prince. You just didn't hear it. Like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. So
Prince
like,
don't even like people.
You see what I'm saying? But like, yeah, just like no posthumous releases, and let's stop with the deluxe shit too. That's a lot of damn music.
Them deluxe albums. I blame LeBron. Because they acted like he invented water when he brought it up, and then all of a sudden everybody needs a deluxe album now.
He was an A&R and 2
yeah,
Chainz
like
album
come on,
and
bro.
shit.
Like I don't think everybody needs a deluxe album. Just drop the 18-track album. I wouldn't mind it. And because nowadays these albums are only 35 minutes with 15 songs.
But shit, like you got G Herbo and Pop Smoke. They dropped the one album that was 22 songs, and here's the deluxe 23 songs. It's like I don't want to hear all this G Herbo.
Yeah.
Like I'm good off an hour of G Herbo and Pop Smoke.
True,
you don't need 3 hours of that.
I'll give you that.
You're aggressive if you do that.
Yeah.
Speaking
You're
of
an
music,
angry
actually,
person.
and speaking of music and anger,
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Rest in peace,
Rest
Pop
in peace.
Smoke, and all the other deceased artists out there.
there's been a viral clip there's been a clip that went viral on TikTok with Dame Dash.
Dame Dash.
He was this is probably an old interview.
For the younger viewers, that's co-owner of The Rock,
Yes.
aka Jay-Z.
Rockapaz.
But he got on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God and all of those people and just started going off. And I want to hear you guys' opinions on this before we get up out of here.
Good old cuss out session.
Yeah, so hold on.
Can another man say you're fired? Absolutely. No one can tell me that. And that's priceless to me.
But I'm here because
I don't care. You enjoy having a man be able to tell you fired? But you enjoy. Okay, let me ask you a question. So you being selfish. Do you think your son enjoys you calling somebody else a boss? Don't you think your son would rather wake up with you and you could pick him up from school instead of having to do a 9 to 5? Don't you think? Yeah, all right, but don't you have to wake up at 4 in the morning? Don't you think your son would love if his name was up there, Dash, or whatever your last name is, instead of somebody else's? My pride is in my children. Like, look what I'm doing right now. Look at my son. I taught my son never to have a boss. He's 23. He owns a restaurant. He has cookies. He has equity. He busts his ass so he can pass it on to his son. If that's not what you hustlers for, you're selfish. You keep saying I'm worried about my kids. You worried about you. Can another man say
Opinion, fellas.
I could see where he's coming from. Obviously, he's already a boss. And so I would want, if I'm a boss already, I would obviously want my kids to be a boss. Or I would want to strive better. I mean, I feel like that's what we're all striving for, to not be able to, not have to work under anybody, and have freedom, and like be able to make our own schedules and our own money, where we don't have to, we could just split it amongst us, and then we could pay people.
We could just show up, shoot the podcast, and chill like that, and do whatever else creatively we want to do. Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, that's what we're working for. That's what Dame Dash is talking about. Obviously, I'm not going to shit on people working 9 to 5s because we're working 9 to 5s, you know?
9 to 5s literally run the world. I need people to understand that.
Yeah.
The Bezos and the Bill Gates, they don't get to where they're at if somebody's not willing to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Sometimes a 9 to 9, depending on whatever they need them to do. So to sit there and say, oh, you're not, you should be ashamed of yourself because you call somebody else a boss. I'm still making money. And it's not like DJ Envy is some poor man. The man got money. He owned property. He got all this other stuff. But because somebody signs his checks, it's an issue. Yeah. Come on now. G, talk to me.
And I'm sorry for dominating this whole episode.
It's fine.
But
the G-Baby episode.
The G-Baby episode.
But it's like, I agree with him from the hustler mentality of it. I don't agree with how the message was portrayed or how he like delivered it.
Yes.
Because you could be like Master P. Like everybody that worked with Master P is straight. His son got his own, the rap snacks. That's his shit. Like he got his own business. And I agree, you should always think about your family.
Yes.
Me, I don't have children.
Yes.
So I'm working for me right now. So at this point in time, I need a boss because I'm working to become my own boss. Everybody's situation is different. I didn't go up and meet Big and Jay-Z. I didn't get to rap with them. I didn't get to do that. I wasn't given God-given talent in basketball and height. So I got to work.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You have to work no matter what you do. Like everybody's got a boss. The government's your boss because they still take it. He still got to pay the government at the end of the day.
Yep.
They're your boss. They're letting you run around. So don't act like you're untouchable. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not that. And you can't shit on anybody's hustle. Whether, like I said, I was getting shit for, you can't shit on nobody's OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? You can't shit on what somebody does to get paid because they didn't have the same circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing that I've kind of gotten annoyed with, and sad to say, it's been a lot of black entrepreneurs when they get to their point.
Yeah.
Then all of a
LLC
sudden, especially to LLC Twitter especially, but they get to their point where they feel like they've made it. Then all of a sudden, the 9 to 5 that they was just working a year and a half ago, they too good for that. And anybody that's still there is a bum and should be ashamed of themselves. What are you teaching your kids if you got to have a boss? I'm teaching my kids to make sure that they have a steady source of income coming in. Can't everybody be a creative? It's just it's the truth. Can't everybody be their own boss? If everybody was their own boss, this world would go to hell because who's gonna do what? Nobody's doing anything. Yeah, everybody's doing their own thing. So don't sit there. Yes, God has blessed you with the opportunity to meet people, with the business acumen, with whatever, to get to where you are at, to where now your 23-year-old son can sell his cookies without an issue, without a care in the world. But at the same time, if your son decided, you know what, I kind of want to work corporate, just cause, he should be able to do that without you feeling ashamed of your son. Oh, how dare you have somebody that?
And then what kind of look on you? Like, he's the boss, but now you have all your workers looking at you like, damn, I'm working for this motherfucker.
Right. It's like this motherfucker's my boss now?
It's like if we get, eventually, like, we blow up and stuff, and then we got a camera crew, we got our, like, people handling our emails and shit.
And all of a sudden
and we come on the pod, like, all them 9 to 5 people having a boss couldn't be me. and then they're
the dude behind the camera just like...
It's like looking at us like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And I don't know, just me, another little trip inside my wicked mind.
Go ahead.
I think we're going to have, I know we're going to have success with this, no matter how much or whatever. We're going to have success with it because I don't know how y'all think, but how I think is that if I have to work from 9 to 5 to the rest of my life, I'm cool with that.
Yes.
I bossed up and made that decision. That whatever this shit, I'm always going to be straight. So that's why I can have fun and do it and say what I want on here because at the end of the day, this ain't stopping no money.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't become a boss with no income. And he should know that better than anybody. Whatever yours is, drugs, sports, gambling, whatever. You can't become a boss. Like, you can't, oh, man, I'm finna buy a restaurant. How much is the restaurant? $1 million. You only got $1 million. The fuck you gonna be the boss of? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z said, if you can't buy it twice, don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just be on this podcast saying shit. I keep telling y'all take it to heart.
Yeah.
You know, but
once you hear, once Garrett comes on here praising Giannis and J. Cole, you know we getting paid.
Like,
you see what I'm saying? No, and I still got shots from J. Cole.
Them checks is coming in. But no, continue.
But yeah,
Dreamville checks.
It's like, if I was out here being a bum-ass dude and be like, oh, I ain't got no 9 to 5, I'm trying to boss up and do this, and I'm not doing nothing, then yeah, but I'm out here actually trying to get a side hustle and find another steady income. This is our side hustle. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm cool with working for 40 years. I don't want to. Nobody wants to, but I'm cool with it.
Legit.
And so that's why my success is going to be great. Our success is going to be great.
I think it took me a minute to get to that point. And I don't know why.
Because as long as I'm good, because like people be, damn, I ain't got the chains and I ain't got this. And I heard something, like a bunch of little rich people just talking. It's like, bro, the decisions that people make. It's like, you don't have to spend this amount of dollars on this. Or it's like, what's so bad about going to work? Oh, I can't spend 8 hours a day, but you getting paid.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I was tripping at this job. Oh, man, but what? Mm-hmm. You was going to be at the crib not making money.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to have some sort of work ethic.
You have to.
And as long as I can eat and get where I'm going and got a roof over my head, I'm better off than a lot of people. Yeah. So you can't really trip on it.
Facts.
But everybody's different and everybody's situation is different. So you can't, 9 to 5 sucks, 9 to 5 sucks. 9 to 5 does sucks because who the fuck would want to get off at 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, like,
that's damn near slavery. I get out at 2:30. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a 7 to 3 guy myself.
7 to 3
is smooth.
But whatever, you gonna have to work at anything in this life if you want to be great. So don't shit on nobody trying.
Yes.
You see what I'm? That's the end all be all.
That's actually a really
don't
good
shit
point.
on nobody. If they're like, oh shit.
Go ahead.
What did J. Cole say?
What here we go. Hey, the check's clear, bro. Dreamville's in here.
No, what did he say? If who you fuck don't make me come with the exact same thing. What's in your pocket? Don't fuck with my pockets. I don't count what's in yours. Don't count what's in mine. Hey, I'm not asking you for it. You're not asking me. Let me live.
Facts.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's all. Let me live.
G-Baby saw Supreme Dreams with J. Cole. He's like, I want
that.
I want to be in the video.
Jermaine.
I would have been like,
Cole,
is that Jermaine Cole? Not stole off his ass. Boop.
He gonna just be the one video he watched. I'm gonna just randomly add him like, I'm gonna check y'all out.
Dreads would have been flying in the air. I'm like, sorry, Mr. Cole, we met on the bad foot. Thought you was somebody else.
Oh man. Okay, so before we get up out of here, I got one more from a music titan, Mr. T-Pain, T-Pizzle. He has a
Teddy Pendergrass.
yeah. he has a message for some of you music savants out there. Let me start it over real quick.
Tylenol pain relief.
Tylenol pain relief. All right.
Do some different music.
Oh, you should have played Moses Tears.
We have all the
All
shit that you're doing. We already have it. Lil Uzi Vert is already doing it. Lil Baby is already doing it. Dub Baby is already doing it. It's literally two niggas with baby in their names that's already doing all the music you want. Do something else.
I
Do
agree.
something else. That's it. That's all we want. Do something else. Holy shit.
He's kind of mad.
We have it. We have it already. You don't have to do that music anymore. We have the music already. We have Lil Baby. We have Dub Baby.
Hey, you just
We
played
have
it again,
Lil
right?
Uzi Vert.
No.
We have Lil Yachty. We have Lil
I didn't listen to the whole thing,
everybody. Do something else. Holy shit.
Damn.
Stop sending me this bullshit. And then get mad when I fucking don't like it. Jesus. God damn.
Okay, I did hear it.
Dancing Christ.
Hell no. Shout out T-Pain, bro.
Shout out
That-
T-Pain.
That's who he wanted to tell Usher.
Usher got him all the way out here bad.
No, I agree with him though, because he wasn't shitting on Lil Baby, he wasn't shitting on Uzi, he wasn't shitting on Yachty or Dub Baby. He was shitting on people trying to be like them.
Yes.
So if I already got someone that sounds like this, why would we want a second one?
copycat.
Like with like that was Eminem's biggest criticism with Infinite. They're like, you're just a Nas wannabe. Same thing with J. Cole when he first started. You're just a Nas wannabe.
Yeah.
A couple of other rappers, you sound like Talib Kweli. What the fuck are you bringing to the table? That's
Yeah.
different.
I've heard this, but I've heard it done better.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So it's the
Because
same
I
thing.
mean, it always takes rappers speaking to somebody who's still trying to kind of find to find their sound, to find what works for them. And so he has a point. Yeah, it was funny. It was expletive and everything. But he do got a point. You can't continue. Yeah, you can't always do what's popping, because what's popping is popping for that specific person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we want to hear Lil Baby rap that way. I don't want to hear somebody else. I don't want to hear that again, because it works for him.
It works for them.
It's his
like,
lane.
like we were cracking jokes earlier. Coil Ray sounds like that. We don't want to hear 10 other Coil Rays. It works for her.
Yeah.
It works for her demographic. It works for her little section, and it gets the club popping. But I'm not trying to hear 10 people to sound like Coil Ray.
10 Cardi B's.
People have made
It's
jokes.
the same thing.
People have made jokes that like real singing is coming back, because for a time with a lot of female singers, it was like that whisper singing.
Yeah, the Janae
It was like,
Igo sound.
but like so
Everybody
many people
sounds
wanted
like
to sound
her.
like her, and then it was like, I don't want to keep hearing 15 different versions of Janae Aiko.
'Cause
She's
who-
supposed to be unique to
She's
her.
the main one.
Because did she make that sound?
I think you could say Janet.
I think she
kind of
made
did.
it
Like
like
later on in her
pop,
career,
yeah.
Janet started kind of like.
Well, I meant as far
Well, I
as
think-
for the newer kids.
Yeah, I think Janae made it.
probably.
If
yeah.
it's
Because that came
Jan-
out 2013, so I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's Janae, then she's the mother to like everybody.
Yeah.
Kaylani,
Yeah.
all of these
I feel like they
Summer
came out around the same
Walkers.
time.
Did
Nah,
they?
I think
well,
so.
at least I
Her
heard
and Kehlani
Janae.
kinda-
I heard
came out-
Janae way
I heard
before I heard
Janae before.
Kaylani.
You're probably right. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I'm not shitting on Kalani either. Beautiful woman. Shout out her. But like no. But you see what I'm saying? Like everybody raps like that. Summer Walker, her, she, all of this
Her
shit.
is different. No, her. See, it's weird because
It's
like,
a different.
Well,
It's
you're
a
not
different
gonna come
content.
to
Yeah, 'cause-
shit on her.
yeah, 'cause her-
No, I'm not shitting on
her-
her. I'm not. I love her.
But like that class, they all sing like themselves.
Yeah.
So for
Right.
other people to come up and try to copy what one of them do, it's gonna be an issue. So
Right.
same thing with rapping, with anything else. It's like if you're not gonna be unique, like with me with skits or with us with this podcast, I'm not trying to sound like I don't want us to sound like the 85 South Show. There's
Right.
already an 85 South Show. We have to
Right.
be us.
And even more. Damn, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Who just released some shit? Fuck.
It was a singer.
Yeah. They was giving him some shit. Snow Allegra. Shout out Snow Allegra.
Snow
Okay,
Allegra.
She just released her album,
Yeah.
and it's a really good album.
Yeah.
It's going well, but that was her criticism from her previous one.
That
'cause
she
This is
sounded
her
like everybody
debut,
else.
Yeah.
but they were like it's too whispery and this, that, and other. Like
Yeah.
don't nobody want to hear that
Yeah.
because that. So this album, go give it a listen. It's pretty good.
They tried to
Yeah.
say. Matter of fact, what's so crazy? Somebody tweeted they was like, Snow Allegra is this generation Sade, and then she even was like, Sade is everybody's Sade. Like, come on, like let's
You gotta
stop.
give the props when it's due.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we gotta stop comparing people. But still,
It's
if everybody's gonna sound,
you got to.
Yeah.
But if
Because-
everybody's sounding the same,
because you gotta think about this. If you don't compare, there's no Grammys, there's no
Yeah.
award shows, because everything is a comparison.
Yeah, that's true.
Like whether you want it to be or not. These two people could absolutely love each other. You gonna compare their music?
It's because you always have somebody to compare it to.
Yes, because
So-
somebody's done
Something I've heard it done either better or
Yeah.
worse than this.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Even if you comparing it to because like what you said with the white dude, you said last week, how he compares people's music to their music.
right.
He's like, oh, this Kendrick Lamar album doesn't stack up to previous Kendrick Lamar albums, so I'm gonna rate it lower.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody's, oh, this Kendrick Lamar album doesn't line up with this Nas album or something like that, so it's gonna be it's like, well, you can't do that. Two different styles of music, two different eras.
And that's too different because there's a difference in ranking
Yes.
what you can when you grade something against somebody's stuff.
Yes.
Like if you grade Good Kid versus Damn,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, oh, whatever. That's just his catalog. You rank those 1 through 5. If you're gonna say, oh, Good Kid, Mad City was a 10,
Versus it was
but you
written-
can't say, oh, but Lil Yachty to his album was a 9. No, if Good Kid, Mad City was a 10 out of 10, then his shit is gonna be like a 7, or it might be a 10 out of 10, or it might be an 8. I'm not shitting on Yachty at all.
Yeah.
But
Lil Yachty.
you judge it on the great music thing.
But yeah.
Whatever your 10 is, if this G Herbo album don't hold up to that, and it's not a 10. It's not a 10, but it might be his best album in his discography. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what people need to do. Ranking and comparisons is different.
But going back to like he doesn't want everybody sounding the same. Like I feel like we had that problem with Chicago artists when like everybody came out at once. When we had the Bibbies, the Herbos, the
that
King
whole
Louis,
drill movement.
we had like Montana 300, we had Young Pappy, we had Fredo, and like everybody's like
Sounded the same.
So it's like, all right, we're gonna pick the best 3 or 4, and everybody else basically hopped off the map.
And no, because what happened, in my opinion, you do have a point, but yes, it was sometimes a lack of diversity, but also the niggas got up and then didn't go back for their classmates essentially, because they all came out around the same time. They all knew each other.
Yeah,
give or
those all
take.
everyone was on everyone's album.
Yeah, everybody was with each other. But
we
then,
had that 10-minute Finito remix.
Yeah, but then
everybody in Chicago had a verse.
you get to a certain level, then it's like you don't reach down and go help, which is
Yeah.
why Atlanta will always be above Chicago in the music scene, because they reach down and help. Even if you don't like their music, you may say, why is Thug out here promoting this whoever?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, bro, if Thug promoting, okay, now he got a verse, randomly Drake pop up and on a song with, or a really good singer, or a T-Pain or somebody,
Yeah.
because they look out for one another.
Like
Yeah,
Gucci
that's true.
Mane. I didn't know who the hell Pooh Shiesty was. I seen him in one picture with Gucci Mane, and Back in Blood come out. That's a number 1 song
Bro,
in the country.
Gucci Mane put so
and
many
an
people
album.
on. He put like OJ, he put Waka on, he put shit.
And Thug on the same thing. Like
Gorilla
Thug had Baby and had Lil Baby,
Baby
and like
Gunna.
his videos and stuff like 2 years before he even dropped any music.
Yeah.
He basically told him, like, once he got out of jail, he was like, you done with that. Like, you're doing music now.
Yeah.
Like,
He
there's
paid him to stop.
There's nothing like that in Chicago, sad
Yeah.
to say, which is why I think it ends up happening. Well, yeah, y'all all sound alike, but these 4 sound a little bit better, but them 4 didn't go back down to help somebody either develop their sound or at the very least make some more money.
But then
Yeah.
you look at the sound that's coming out of Chicago compared to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Like this Chicago drill, that's not helping nobody. Like you're not making drill music and helping outside niggas.
Yeah.
Like I'm only helping my gang type shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you're never gonna get that here. Like somebody like Twista, a veteran, somebody like that would have to open something up and give them a shot.
The more conscious thing.
But we don't,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We don't have a Young Thug. We don't have a Jay-Z. We don't
But
have
even
a Nas Thug.
even in that strain, like would you?
Like
what
Nas-
Rico was
yeah.
saying that like no one's coming back. I never heard like Lupe come back and put someone from Chicago on.
It's Chicago,
or,
period,
Or,
that does
or
that.
Twista that put someone on, or I think the most is Common.
But
And then Common gets made fun of for being corny and like helping people. So
But then that goes to the like look at Lupe. Like he's never ever been the super
He's a
duper
nomad, though.
He's a like Most Def. Like Most Def does whatever.
Lupe had a stretch where he was a star.
But no,
He was
but
a
he's
pretty big
not
star.
like
But
he's not.
it wasn't like a.
It was a different tone. Like it was that lyrical miracle where you got your fans. Like Lupe, ain't
that's
nobody
true.
shitting on Lupe at all.
Like his pen is his pen.
His pen's his
but
pen,
in
but-
regards to the person, it's like
Does Lupe have a song outside of what? Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Kick Push that's bigger than I Don't Like.
Nah, maybe like Superstar or.
But
That's
I don't
about
like
it.
the remix.
Nah, yeah, I don't
You
like
see what I'm
or the
saying?
show goes on, maybe like
Show
that's
goes
what-
That
on.
ain't bigger than I Don't
It's
Like.
not bigger than that, no,
But
it's
you see,
not.
but you look at what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's our elder statesman, and he
Yeah.
don't got nothing bigger than his 16-year-old's track.
But I
That's
mean,
true.
the only
see
person.
what
I
I'm-
mean,
how-
but
what's he
think
gonna
about,
tell me?
Think about Kanye. Kanye, the only person he reached back and helped out was Chance.
But he gave Lupe some. He gave people some shot.
But
Like, he
wasn't-
gave Pusha more of a shot than anybody else
I'm talking
did.
about Chicago niggas.
But
though.
but see, Kanye helped. Is
Yeah.
big. He transcended.
Kanye
You
is
see what I'm saying?
global. I
'Cause
I
Kanye-
respect that.
'cause
But
that was one of
the
like his-
habit of not coming back to Chicago.
Because that was yeah,
But
I
what
remember
was-
that was like one of his beefs with like with GLC.
Uh-huh.
With GLC's like, I mean, he had me on his first and second album, and then he forgot about me after that. Like with Rhymefest.
Yeah.
Like I guess that was still cool, and then the second Rhymefest is like, no, I don't agree with you on that opinion. Ye was like, all right, fuck you. I got like 100
But-
people that will say yes to me.
But then, what do you
So-
want me to do? Like, what is putting on? What is putting on?
I was literally just about to say.
Because
man,
oh man, Twin Telepathy, we on it. We've been on it today.
Yeah.
But not like
Put on for my city.
I
bro.
put you like you said. I put you on my album.
gotta take
That's
off after that,
sold.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sold. You didn't do nothing.
I was literally about to say that.
You look at
yeah.
like Nas and AZ. If anybody don't know, he was the first verse on "Life's a Bitch" off Illmatic.
Uh-huh.
There's an argument that he eats Nas every time they're on the track together.
Mm-hmm.
But what else you want me to do? I didn't put you on every damn album. If you don't blow up, that's on you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
But
you
at that
can't-
point, it's like blowing up and becoming because like Jay-Z, like
you want
don't
to
wanna
be a super duper star.
Don't want to come back to Jay-Z a lot, but like he had that where he's like, as long as I'm here, Memphis Bleak is a millionaire or whatever. So it's like one of those things. Like I'm looking out for my people.
But then it's like charity at one point. See, like with Memphis Bleak, he has albums. So Jay-Z would go in the studio and write his bullshit bars. He would give to Memphis Bleak. It was still hot. He's always gonna be my best friend. That's his best friend. I'm always gonna look out for my people. But like, fuck, what you want me to do? Fund your whole career? You
Yeah,
want to be
yeah.
You want to be just as big a star as me.
It's like I can only feature you so many
Yeah.
times before it's like,
'Cause
okay,
even-
you just don't have the it.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
nobody's catching you.
Maybe it is a Chicago mentality because even in that show, you know, Rhythm and Flow.
Yes.
Chance was shitting on the Chicago artist. He's
My-
like,
one of
well,
my homies
he's-
was on there.
He was like, well, as a Chicago artist, I expect you to be better. And it's like T.I. and it's like hyping up everyone from ATL and like they're the greatest shit since sliced
But
bread.
they've always had
And
the
then-
support system.
And then Chance is like, he's like, nah, that shit was fucking trash. Like you got to be better. And I'm like, damn, Chance. Like that was the first time I saw Chance be mean. Was on that show. And he was just like strictly mean.
Yeah, he was,
to the
like-
Chicago dudes.
Some of them Chicago kids was doing too much though.
The first dude that went up in the all yellow Asar, that's my
Yeah.
homeboy. Like he got album, like he's working on stuff now, and it's just one of those things where it's like I see him. Shout out to Asar. He goes out to try to help his people out too, and help out Chicago and collab and stuff like that because nobody else is doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like my biggest worry is that our generation does all of this complaining that nobody's helping out, and then it's our turn and we don't help out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have the continued cycle of not helping
But you
out.
can't help out everybody.
No, I'm not even saying that. But at the same time, it's like, even if it's something as simple, not that you're entitled, you can do whatever you want with your computer, your phone, whatever. But a simple retweet of somebody that you know, not some random person, but a simple retweet of somebody's song, retweet of somebody's music video.
It goes a long way.
It can go because of who you are. You feel me? That's what I'm saying.
But then now you getting personal. Like we got a podcast.
Yeah.
And like, are we getting this same love back? That's where the Chicago mentality comes from.
That's true.
Like I retweet everything you put out, like, heart, make a
Yeah.
comment, and you only did my shit once in a blue moon. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna keep.
It's that
It's
it's
a-
like crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
Like, it's like instead of helping each other out so we could both make it, it's like, all right, who's gonna make it out first?
But should support be transactional?
But like we talked that shit on the last episode about we'll go do a podcast
Yeah.
with other people, and we still will, and we'll
Yeah,
be
for
friendly
sure.
and cordial. But don't act like we not finna try to kill them in there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what that is. Like you accept that we going ham. Like
Yeah.
we going crazy. We trying to get y'all up out of here.
Yeah. To
That's
prove
the
that we
competition.
are
That's
we
looking out. Like
It's
oh
that
yo,
eat or be eaten.
you
Like,
see
it's
what
that
I'm
street
saying?
mentality
That's
type
what
shit.
that is in Chicago. It's because if we get on, then I'm a damn sure. Yo, they helped us get on. Let's put them on.
Yeah.
But until either one of us get on, like it's who's the best. Who
Like,
get on first?
I'm not gonna try to sabotage you, but at the same time, it's like
you
we
gotta
had
have
a fight. Yeah.
we rivals.
Yeah.
And until we can play on the same team, we rivals.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be love, but you gotta understand. Like I'm trying to eat too. I ain't trying to take no food out your mouth. But you might have to take a little smaller portion today. You see what I'm saying?
I get
Because
it.
you that, and that's all it is you just support. But we can't be guests on their podcast every episode, and then they don't come to our shit.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It's got to show love, or we give them like we played your homeboy shit on the pod.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it shit.
Yeah.
But we played it on the pod. You know, that's love. But why we gonna play it every single episode?
I give you that.
Like you know, you got to keep just like we hook out for you. You got to give us something to work with.
That's Chicago in
You
a
see what I'm
nutshell,
saying?
yeah.
Raul rhymes with a lot of things. I want to hear my name in the verse. Damn it.
Facts. G baby. White Dion Pig. Master Terrorist. Whatever you want to go.
Good point. We about an hour and a half. Is there anything else you guys want to touch over?
Unless you want to like get quick jokes off of that Bobby Valentino.
We can get some quick jokes off Bobby Valentino.
What is with him smacking women on the head, planting these dollar bills?
That was the most disrespectful shit I seen.
It's not disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful.
It's disrespectful if you're not Bobby Valentino.
Nah, it wasn't even like a hundo that he was slapping on the head, or even a 20.
Damn, he's slapping hundos at the strip club?
Nah, not me.
Oh.
Big money.
That's why I ain't slapping them with shit on the head.
But you look you get the viral clip. I'm finna throw $5 on this chick, knowing I'm finna blow 20 in this bitch tonight. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get some jokes off. I'm gonna be ignorant in this bitch if I'm gonna drop 50,000 in here.
All right,
you see what I'm saying?
We didn't get the whole story, and we haven't heard
exactly. We haven't heard the whole story.
We haven't heard the ladies get mad at the strippers.
They were sitting there just dancing along.
You see what I'm saying?
So maybe you're right. Maybe he did drop 20 stacks, and just for the 10-second video, he's like,
explain strip club etiquette though.
Strip club etiquette.
Yeah, explain.
You can't be showing up in joggers in the strip.
You
club.
can't do that. You can't. Your shorts aren't really the thing unless they're nice.
Calling the police.
That's nasty.
You a nasty
that is
nigga.
disgusting.
Can't go commando. Can't do any of that.
No.
Wear some nice jeans, some slacks with the boxers or briefs. You ain't got to do all that. Wait till the top of the hour. It's usually the longer songs.
For my cheap folks, we could go on Tuesdays. It's fine.
Titty Tuesdays is $10 dances.
$10,
and it don't even got to be cheap because it's a value price.
Yeah.
You get 100. You get 10 dances for $100. Is better than 3 for $90.
That's true.
That's just what it is.
Y'all
good.
So stupid.
You're gonna sit at the front, make it rain a little bit.
You might have to pay extra for the nude. You might just have to get up off that 5. You might just have to. But I've heard.
So did he violate strip club etiquette?
No.
If you're there for there for the wings, let them know off top. I'm here for the wings.
Yeah.
Don't be dancing around me. I'm just here for the wings. I'm here to eat.
Please get your baby oil away from my French fries.
If I plan on spending $50,000, I'm gonna call all the strippers into the parking lot of the backyard. I'm like, here's your money for the night. Break it down, whatever. Here's your money for the night. With the rest of this money, I'm going to ball it up and randomly throw it at y'all like it's a fucking baseball. And I'm going to just smack people in the head with $600. And I'm going to, thanks, barkeep, throw it at him. Why? I paid. I spent 50 racks in here. I can do what I want.
He said a pregame huddle.
This is what's going to happen. These all my guys. They all paid for it. Y'all each got 3 bands.
Yeah.
I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. If he wants a piggyback ride, saddle the fuck up. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
if I want you to talk to me about nuclear physics, you better find some shit out. You better do something because I spent some good money in here.
Better get Bill Nye on that FaceTime.
It's just like if you go in there and buy the one dance, you get treated like the one dance guy.
Yeah.
The more dances you buy,
around, they ain't telling you if you want a refund, you want anything else. The bartender's ignoring you.
You know why you're there.
The security guard taps you a couple times like, "Hey, you plan on spending any more money here? You got to get about. There's a line outside."
Yeah, it's a line outside the block. Ain't nobody ever waiting outside the strip club.
Hell no. If there's a line outside the strip club, if you're waiting in line to get in the strip,
that's nasty.
You're a nasty.
You're nasty.
I just
thought about that.
I just
what you doing? I'm just waiting for the dance.
Oh, you let him in there.
My money's good too.
Oh man, is this versatile? I love this song. I would have got the dance to it. Like,
I wait outside for a club. I ain't waiting outside for no damn strip club. I'm cool.
That's super disgusting. Don't be that
it's
dude.
Never that serious.
Don't be that dude.
No man, you can let me in. I was just here last week. Well, why I gotta wait?
Bro, I don't even like waiting for coat check because I'll be like, look, I can put this shit on the rack. I can put this on the behind the chair.
Yeah.
I'm coming in here to spend business. Trust me. What that snake say? Trust in me. I'm blowing 200 in this bitch.
Oh man. Shorty said, you waiting in line. It's just like I'm just waiting my turn. Just waiting my turn.
It's pretty packed tonight. No, don't make no jokes to me,
no
bro.
Conversations?
You sick out here. If I'm the bouncer, you disgusting. Get the fuck out of here.
Imagine being the bouncer just like, wow, y'all are wrapped.
Y'all really out here waiting for this? Oh, these the beeline chicks tonight. Oh, y'all gonna be mad as hell. And we out of wings. I just took 16 of them bitches home. Oh man.
Oh, bro, that's hilarious. But we thank y'all for tuning in to yet another thrilling installment of the Friendly Fire podcast. If you guys have any questions you guys want to ask us, you guys can always DM us at friendly_fire on IG or email us at friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Once again, friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Artists, if you guys want to have your spoken word, your music, whatever, send us the MP3. If we like it, it'll be put at the end of our podcast. Is there anything else before we get out of here?
The Rolling Woods. Keep checking us
Shout out
out.
to
Rolling Woods, we on the radio.
We on the radio, baby.
Yeah.
Wednesdays at 12 o'clock. All right, man. We appreciate Rolling Woods once
Breakfast
again.
Club who?
We appreciate Rolling Woods once again for partnering with us. But hey, every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, tell your peoples. 12 o'clock Central Time. So if you're in another state, do the math. All right.
Just do it. You got to.
You got to.
You have to.
You got to do it now because we said it. All right. But on behalf of my boys, I am Rico, my little big cousin G Baby, Raul the Zookeeper, Friendly Fire. Be blessed.
See you.
Peace.